Good morning. I'm in Erzurum. So I think the last footage you saw was me in Mardin talking in that park there. The camera battery filled up. The next morning I decided to leave and I forgot to put the new the SD card in. So you've missed a chunk. Okay. I spent one night in Mardin. It was a bit too expensive for me. And I hitched north out of Mardin towards Diyarbakir, which isn't too far away. It was probably a 2-hour drive. I got there and I hitchhiked through the city. Again, they dropped me on the wrong side, so I hitchhiked through the city to the other end. And then luckily I hitched with a truck that was going to where I wanted to be, which is here, Erzurum. I've spent 3 days here because the hotel I found was really cheap, like 17 Australian dollars a night, kind of cheap. And yeah, I spent 3 nights, sort of caught up on some things, had some washing done and, things like that. It was handy when I was staying with the couch surfers because they often had a washing machine and they were happy for me to use it, whereas then I didn't get any couch surfing hosts except me for a little while there. So my stuff was pretty gross. I had my washing done and hung out. It's still snowing. It's the end of March right now and it's still, well, it's not still snowing, but there's still snow on the ground. I didn't film anything. Out of all 12 cities that I've been to now on this hitchhiking trip across Turkey, Erzurum is the strictest when it comes to Ramadan. I don't know if it's just because it's like the last week or so, but I went out the other day and like in all the other cities I could still find somewhere to eat that I could tuck myself in the back to not make anyone upset, or find some tea in the daytime, find somewhere to sit. Here there was nothing open. There was things open but no food or drink open. So yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. I kind of just waited until sunset and ate with all the other guys, Yeah, I'll insert some pictures of my time here. Otherwise you can click the thing up here and watch our video from Erzurum last year, because Sherry and I came here in, September or so, and it was our first stop when we came south out of Georgia into Turkey, and it was our first stop in Turkey. And now I'm heading northwest from here. My aim today is Trabzon. It's now midday. I need to check out, and hopefully we get to Trabzon. If we don't, I'm looking at the map. There's like 2 other big cities in between here and Trabzon, and I have a feeling that people are going to say, "Hey, I'm going there. Do you want me to take you there?" I'm gonna reluctantly choose not to go with them, because I had a look and the hotels in those 2 cities are like 5 times as much as this hotel. So worst comes to worst, I can't get a ride out. I'm going to come back here and stay another night here, and then maybe catch a bus tomorrow or something. Hopefully someone can take me most of the way to Trabzon. If they can get me to the closer of those 2 cities and it's not already like past 3 o'clock or something, then I might go with them and then hitch from there to Trabzon. But yeah, let's see how we go. I'll try and film some more. Alright, so I caught a bus through the city to the outskirts. There's a big university again, like 10 k's down away to the west of the city. So a young student, Murat, he took me down that road. So just up ahead of me in a couple of k's is a big intersection that is like the main highway towards to the west. So I'm going to try and see if someone's going to stop here. The 2 big main cities between here and Trabzon's like up on the coast, on the Black Sea coast. So I don't think anyone's going to be going from here to there exactly, but There's a place called Bayburt and Gumashane, something like this, that are the two big cities that I mentioned before that are a bit expensive. But yeah, let's see how we go. It's a tough one today. It's 10 to 2. I've already taken a bus and two 10-kilometer hitchhikes. I'm now on the big main motorway that goes to this Trabzon. Alright, got one. So, I've done that thing I said I wasn't going to do. I took a ride to one of those middle towns, not one of the big ones. Bayburt and Gumashane. Anyway, I'm in a place called Akshane, something like that. Ashkane. And I'm on the road that goes up towards Bayburt, Gumashane. And there's been like 2 cars past me in the last 2 kilometers of walking. There's a truck coming now, so I'm going to try my luck. Definitely no luck here. Just getting funny looks. I got to say, a lot of this morning, like the cars that drive past, they're packed out. Like, you know, by Erzurum, all the cars are like pretty much completely empty, completely full. So then I understand families or whatever not wanting to pick up a crazy traveler like me. These ones though, there's been a fair few trucks and no passengers, which is kind of disheartening, you know. Like, I understand some people are scared to just pick up a stranger, I get it, or they don't want to, that's fine. I don't know, there's just, yeah, it's a funny thing, like, pick me up. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes, and if no one comes, I'm going to walk back up to the town and see if I can find some lunch. And because, like, I have a couple of options here. I could either go on that other road and skip Trabzon, but then I don't know how easy it's going to be to hitch out of those towns, and there's not much there that I particularly want to see. So that's option one, is I walk over there and I get on the other highway and I try and go west rather than northwest. or I walk up to the town and see if there's a bus somewhere. I hate spending the money. The buses out here in the west of Turkey are so expensive. Talking like 25, 30 Australian dollars for like a 2-hour, 3-hour trip. So I don't really want to do that, but currently it's not working out, and it's now just gone 3, and it takes 3 hours to get to Trabzon from Bayburt. So from here it's going to take 3.5 hours or so. So I doubt I'm going to get to Trabzon tonight unless I catch a bus. I also don't want to miss the bus. Alright, I'll give it the 10 minutes. I'll probably go see how much the bus is. If it's fucking ridiculous, then I'll sleep in that abandoned building over there and try this again tomorrow morning. If it's reasonable, if it's less than 15 Australian dollars, I'll take the bus. I don't know if it will be. Might be $20. Alright, anyway, whatever. We'll see. Okay, so well, I'm in a truck, which is good. I hiked up the hill again. It was about 1.5 kilometers that I'd already walked from the little bus shops. There's not like one, yeah, whatever. There's a bunch of different companies that have little shops, and they're normally all in the same part on the street. I walked back up there after I spoke to you last, and they wanted like, I don't know, it was like 17 euros. What was it? Yeah. The one company said 600 lira, the other company said 800 lira to take me 3 hours north to Trabzon. Even closer, there's like the Erzincan something, which is like directly west. That was even like 13 euros. So that's $20, and I even said to you, like, if it's more than this, I'm not doing it. So I walked all the way back down that hill, and like I said I was going to do, I tried the other street. So the road forked in that town that I was sitting in, and when I spoke to you last, I was on the road that goes up towards Trabzon. I tried the other street, the one that comes west to Erzurum, okay? And I've met this hilarious Moldovan truck driver named Fred, who's driven from Moscow through Azerbaijan, Georgia, now into Turkey, and he's going deeper into Turkey. So I'm just gonna go as far as he goes tonight and keep an eye on the Google Maps hotels thing to see when a cheap one pops up. And if a cheap one doesn't pop up, he's offered for me to camp out in his top bunk here. He's warned me that he snores like a pig. So anyway, and it's interesting. So I learned Russian pretty well being there for 2 months last June, and like, okay, we've now been to 15 other countries. I don't really remember it, but it's interesting here because he speaks Russian and Turkish and a little bit of English. I speak English and a little bit of Turkish and Russian and Arabic. Not that that's helping me out right now. And so it's fucking hilarious because our conversation is this broken English, Russian, Turkish mix. I'm just using all the words I know from Russian and Turkish, and he's using all the words he knows in English. I'm having a good time. I think he's going to be driving like another 6 hours. So he just pulled over and we've stopped for about 45 minutes to have a bite to eat, and he's just filling up the truck with petrol. And yeah, I'm just going to go and see how far I get. The buses up here in the northeast of Turkey are the most expensive by far. All of Turkey's buses are actually pretty abnormal. So yeah, I think I'm just going to take the opportunity to kind of drive as far as I can with him, and if I do camp out with him, he's going to take me even further. So then I'll be a little bit ahead of schedule and kind of skipping over a large portion of the northern Turkey. I wanted to see the central northern, but oh well. yeah, he's pretty damn funny. He's just putting fuel in. So I'll try and ask him in Turk-Russian, Rushish, and I'll see if he doesn't mind me putting the camera on. Fred's a good man. That's the update. Talk to you soon. Okay, it's been like I don't know, 7 hours. When I speak to you last, when he was filling up the petrol, it's been about 6 hours. So, amongst all of that Turkishan that we were talking, we really struggled to work out where he was going. I knew that he was going to Bursa, but I knew that he wouldn't be arriving in Bursa today. I knew he wouldn't be arriving in Bursa today, so I was trying to say to him, like, where are you going to end up tonight, kind of thing. And I guess he just didn't know either. And he was saying this one place, and so, like, I'm kind of looking along the route, or along this highway that he was on, and he was sort of explaining that, like, the highway that goes to Ankara is shit, and the highway that goes to Istanbul is really good, so I'm going to stay on the highway that goes to Istanbul. So that at least gave me the reference of that's that fucking road. I still couldn't work out then where to sort of say let me out. So it's my own fault, because I did start this day saying don't just go with whoever's going whichever direction. By the time I was there, sort of stuck in that random ass little town, and then the buses were ridiculously priced, the best option I had was to get into a car and say, take me where you're going. So that's what I did, and actually it's worked out okay. I just played it by every time, like, he wasn't pissed off. I guess it was just that Russian, I mean, he's not Russian, he's Moldovan, he's basically Russian. It's that sort of abruptness, that, like, you know, he was funny. He was really funny. But, yeah, there was one point where he was like, hotel. And I was like, okay, well, do you want to pull over and let me go and ask them how much a room costs and that? Because, like, he did offer for me to stay in his little bunk bed. And I would have. I wasn't uncomfortable with him, but, anyway. We pulled over, and then, like, the price was okay, and then he was like, do you want to stay here? And I was like, well, like, apparently you're driving another, like, 4 hours, so, like, take me with, because I'm just going to have to hitchhike that tomorrow, and it's going to take me all fucking day. And then he was kind of like, but where do you want to go? And I was like, I don't really fucking know, mate, you know, I wanted to go to Trabzon, and that's not happening, so kind of wherever you're going, pal. Anyway, so we keep on that highway. It's now 10:40. He probably let me out of the truck at 10. And yeah, we spotted another hotel. At this stage, I was like, I'm just going to go get out of the car with my bag this time, kind of thing, and just say goodbye to him and say thank you to him and let that be it. Which I did. But, I mean, I did ask him before that. I did say, like, how much further are you driving? Because, like, if he said I'm driving another 2 hours, I would have said, fucking take me with. He said 13 kilometers, so he's not far. And I was like, all right, fine. Got out of the car with my bag, said thank you, said goodbye. Adios, buddy. They don't speak Spanish in Moldova. And came here. To the most expensive hotel, not on the entire trip, because, like, normally it's split between the two of us, and even sometimes it's been worse. Like in Rome, it was definitely more expensive each for us to share the price. Anyway, it's pretty expensive. It was like $40 and I was like, oh God, I can't actually afford that. Then I kind of like gave him sad eyes and gave him like weary traveler look, and he was like, I can do 30, and I was like, okay, let's do 30 then. That's above my budget. That's, you know, I've said it before, Sherry and I don't, you know, normally we aim for that much together to halve the price, whatever. I was like, okay, wait. I probably will be staying here, but let me come back, because I'd seen there was like a bunch of huge coaches parked just nearby. So I went there again, backpack, weird traveler. Whoa. Does anyone have a spot for me on the bus going anywhere? And they were rude about it. They did not want to see me. And okay, like, I'm not buying it. I mean, I was happy to pay, but like, I don't want to go to Istanbul. I'd seen on the maps that like 15 minutes, no, maybe a bit longer than that, 45 minutes down the road here is a place called Tokat. And in Tokat, there was a hotel that was like 20 Australian dollars, which is, you know, a lot less. And so I was kind of asking them, can you take me to Tokat? Or are you going past Tokat? Oh, I was saying whatever in Turkish. Obviously, fuck off, mate. Fair enough. Whatever. I probably stink. So that's that. I've come and I've paid $30 to stay in this place, which is actually super nice. Huge room. Biggest room by far that I've had on this hitchhiking journey. And I mean, as for like hotels, because like normally Sherry and I, when we're together, we do Airbnbs pretty much exclusively. I think like in the entire trip, we've probably done a hotel in Korea, Japan, Astana, and maybe like one or two others in Turkey. Turkey's not got the Airbnb thing worked out quite yet, especially not like these random little towns in Turkey. In fact, I didn't actually check. I should have checked to see if there was an Airbnb. It's 10:30 at night. I wouldn't have been able to. No one would have accepted me. So as for like all the hotels that we've done, which isn't many, this is massive. This is really massive. I'll give you a little tour. And like the manager came up and he held his hand under the tap for 5 minutes to make sure the hot water was coming in. I'm not going to stand there for 5 minutes and do that. And then like, yeah, even a balcony. So that's the big main highway that I've been on for, I don't know, probably 500 kilometers, 400 kilometers. And like I'm sitting here and I was like, oh, this is overkill. I don't need this much space. I'm here for one night. Why did I spend so much money? And then a nice gentleman knocks on the door. He's bought me not just a cup of tea, but a frickin' teapot of tea and these delicious biscuits that are like sweet and savory. They're salted, but then they've got like a creme lemon thing on the inside. Anyway, that was my day. Hope you're all doing good. Probably about 2 weeks, which will probably be only, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos, maybe 5, probably less. 3 videos until you meet someone very special to me. And then a week after that, so probably 1 video after that, Sherry's back. Yeah, Sherry's back. Yes. I miss her so much. All right, I'm going to stop blabbering. I think this is the first time I started the day during the video and apologizing to you for how shit I am at doing this on my own. Still didn't film any of the actual hitchhike. Actually, no, I did. I got some of those. I got some of the thumb shots, and then this is the first time I'm actually closing this episode. So you're probably not, but I hope you've enjoyed it. See you tomorrow when I work out what the fuck I'm doing next.